We are going to start the topic compiler, interpreter, and assembler. So let's begin with what is interpreter. An interpreter is also a language translator that converts high-level programs into machine codes. Unlike compilers, interpreters convert the source code to machine code line by line. As it checks line by line, the scanning time is lower, but the overall execution time is higher. So, the diagram represents the functioning of interpreter where it converts the high-level language to machine-level language. Next is an interpreter displays an error at a time. The programmer should fix that error to interpret the next line. Programming languages such as Python, Ruby, PHP, Perl are some examples of interpreter-based language. So we can see in the diagram that the interpreter functions on one line of high-level source code. Next is, what is a compiler? A compiler is a language translator that converts high-level programs into machine-understandable machine codes. In this process, the compiler converts the whole program to machine code at a time. If there are any syntactic or semantic error, the compiler will indicate them. It checks the whole program and displays all errors. Programming languages such as C, C++ use compiler for language conversion. We can see in the diagram that source code is being changed to object code for machine language by a compiler. Next is, what is assembler? In addition to high-level languages and machine language, there is another language called the assembly language. Assembly language is in between the high-level languages and machine language. It is closer to machine language than high-level languages. An assembler converts the assembly language program into a machine language program from a source program to object program. In the diagram, it is clearly seen that assembler do the process by one translation. Study the difference between compiler, interpreter, and assembler. A compiler is a software that converts programs written in a high-level language into machine language, while an interpreter is a software that translates a high-level language program into machine language. On the other hand, an assembler is a software that converts programs written in assembly language into machine language. Now let's understand what is a system software. A system software provides an interface between the system hardware and the user. It lets the system understand the command that the user inputs. We can also say that the system software serves as an interface between the hardware in a system and application software. But what is an application software? So, the application software runs on the platform created by the system software. We can say that application software provides a kind of intermediary between the end user and the software installed on a computer. Further, the application software is not essential for running a system, but it makes the system more useful. The MS Office you find on Windows-based system is a typical example of application software. Some of the icons of the application softwares we use in daily life are shown on the image in the screen.